In Nigeria, since October 2020, the space of abduction, kidnapping, enforced disappearance by security agencies and armed non-state actors have increased. Also, there is no doubt that insurgency has further exacerbated the problem. Unfortunately, families and the loved ones of missing persons bear the brunt in terms of emotional and psychological trauma of not knowing where their loved ones is or resorting to self-help strategies. And again, the financial burden in terms of arrangements to look for their missing loved ones. Similarly, media reports on cases of missing persons have shown that some family members have suffered deterioration in their health. In some cases, it has been documented that parents of a missing person die from severe psychological trauma of not knowing where or how to find their loved ones. A recent release by the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, confirmed that in the last 10 years, there's been over 23,000 reported cases of missing persons, which makes it the highest number so far, and this is a report by the ICRC. Prior to 2020, the most public of the cases happened in 2014 when 276 girls were abducted from their school in Chibok, Borno State, Nigeria. It took many months and years before some were found following negotiations with the government and various international organizations and governmental bodies. But a number of them are still remain missing. To further address the challenge, they are increasingly now turning to satellites and other digital imagery systems, such as the Geospatial satellite imagery, mobile phone photos, videos, and text analysis as warning signals. This new development presents great opportunities for addressing the challenge of missing persons and also security issues in Nigeria. It is on this basis that this capacity building for the Nigerian police is aimed at exploring how geospatial technologies have been or could be used to trace missing persons in Nigeria due to the mandate of the Nigerian Police Force as the lead agency on internal security in Nigeria.
The training is an attempt to think about the various tools that are available to us. And it also includes drones and the use of other mechanisms that can identify possible evidence in graves, around burnings, etc. One of the things that we're doing now in working with some of the scientists who are part of our collaborating team is to use artificial intelligence and geospatial technologies to identify burnings. And in identifying burnings, the algorithm allows us to determine where these things are happening. Immediately, I mean, it takes work, and in fact, many of the scientists and the scholars and the officers that we've worked with in the past have been able to, after a 2-day training, begin to implement those tools. But it takes ongoing work, of course.
If adequately applied what they have learned, what do you think we should look at in terms of success rate?
That's a difficult question because there are some limitations. Often we think that geospatial technologies provide the answers to everything, that we can see physical movement, for example, when in fact we can't. Often these technologies are used alongside other technologies, so LiDAR, drone imagery, and they're coupled together in order to fit together the pieces to understand what happened in the past, what was the nature of violence, what are the evidentiary forms that are available. Sometimes it's mass graves, sometimes it's evidence of burnings that then where you can map patterns. So there are a range of uses, but it's incredibly useful. But the idea is to think complexly about the multiple tools that are available in the geospatial toolkit.
A lot of people have a wrong perception about the capacity of the Nigerian police force. Over time, people see policemen as laybacks. But I tell you, from 2000, when we started going in mass to peacekeeping operations, our profile, our template has changed. And I tell you, the Nigerian police force has more than enough human resources to key into this platform and put it to use. And you find out that in recent time, when you check the records, you find the level of accomplishment, especially with the coming of the present Inspector General of Police, the level of accomplishment of the Nigerian police force, it's so high. That's why when you see a situation that you think is unsurmountable, when you deploy police officers to look at them, you marvel at the results we get. An example is Anambra election that just got concluded early this morning. The role the Nigerian police force played in that exercise is enough for Nigerians to have confidence that giving us the right space, giving us the right resources, internal security challenges of this country would not be an unsurmountable thing. In Cross River State, kidnapping became 40,000 naira ransom every day on the streets. But I got into the state. I took hold of vibrant, computer literate boys. We developed our own technological tools. And I tell you, it took us only two months to bring kidnapping to zero in Cross River State. Other security challenges were adequately taken care of. That is to tell you that the moment you look inwards into what we have already, to transform and to take charge of internal security of Nigeria is not a mighty thing for the Nigerian police force. All that we need is the right support, right funding, and the right resources directed at the right